Anti-Slavery and Abolitionism
by Connor Sands
and Josh Powers.
The abolitionist movement consisted of two major parts. In the 1820s and 30s, social movements established an anti-slavery sentiment among various groups of people.
In the 1840s and 50s, political changes were made to delay the movement.
Before 1820, only the free African-American population attempted to alter the conditions of slavery. Ultimately, their efforts ended American participation in the slave trade in 1808 and the Missouri Compromise in 1820, which banned slavery in the newly established Northern Territory.
In the 1820s, many Quakers and militant whites joined the cause. These combined groups first created the American Colonization Society. This society supported freeing slaves, compensating their owners, and sending them back to Africa. These emancipated slaves established the country of Liberia. However, the society was extremely ineffective.
At least 50 other societies with anti-slavery ideas were created, such as the Philadelphia Anti-Slavery Society.
African Americans such as Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, and Harriet Tubman spoke about the horrors of slavery in the northern states, while Angelina and Sarah Grumke spoke in the southern states.
John Russell and Samuel Cornish founded the first African-American newspaper, Freedom's Journal, in 1827. Soon after, in 1829, one of the many abolitionist pamphlets was distributed by David Walker, a free African-American in Boston. It was called Appeal to the Colored Citizens of the World.
A white man named William Lloyd Garrison headed an anti-slavery group called the American Colonization Society and published his own paper, The Liberator. Garrison hoped for a gradual emancipation of the slaves. Joined by evangelical minister Theodore Weld, they created the American Anti-Slavery Society.
Inspired by Weld and the Grimke sisters, Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote her famous anti-slavery novel, Uncle Tom's Cabin, in 1852.
Later in the 1830s, what began as a social movement became a national political issue. In 1836, President Andrew Jackson passed the gag rule, which prohibited discussion of anti-slavery petitions after receiving nearly 700,000 of them.
John Quincy Adams, now serving in Congress, repeatedly denounced the gag rule as being unconstitutional until it was repealed in 1844. Adams also won the freedom of 53 slaves on board the Spanish ship Amistad in the Supreme Court case.
To finalize its transition from a social movement into politics, abolitionists established the Liberty Party.
During this transitional period, the abolitionist groups divided. White abolitionists were dismayed when free blacks called for social equality.
Although the successes of actual emancipation were small, the abolitionist movement showed the sectional divisions between the North and South on the idea of slavery. It also immediately led to the women's rights movement.